Hello and welcome to another episode of the PowerPod where I have May with me from MBD Financial. So welcome to the PowerPod, May.
Of course, thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to be here.
Great stuff. We've got 20 questions to get straight into, so I will kick it off with question number 1. In one sentence, what problem does your project solve?
So at MBD Financials, one of the biggest problems that we solve is fragmentation of the Web3 space. I think it's very difficult especially when we look at mass adoption for Web2 to transition into this space. So we are building a Web 2.5 solutions to onboard the masses as well as break down fragmentation.
Fantastic. Hopefully seamless adoption. So what is your 30-second elevator pitch?
So MBD Financials is a metaverse business district focusing around solving a lot of the solutions to onboard the masses, especially in Web 2. And we do that by bridging and creating digital twins of products, services, solutions, especially in the commerce space, for businesses to be able to create these twins and interact with their consumers and create new business revenue models, be able to cater to digital new innovation to the masses.
Steph, yeah, definitely a lot going on there. And how does your technology differ from your competitors?
So we focus not just on crypto natives and Web3 natives. We focus on the traditional Web2 users. So when you look at like Roblox and gamification platforms, which is especially with the new generation, that's kind of the direction we're going to. So we're bringing traditional commerce and creating further use cases and utilities and bridging that with the virtual world. So I think that's kind of where the future is headed. If we're able to show the benefits to businesses, how they can generate further revenue, but at the same time, consumers have more of a say in the products they want to see versus what society kind of tells you to buy. I think that will create more of a direct to consumer ecosystem where consumers have a lot of control over what they consume and the type of brands and products they want to see.
And you've mentioned digital e-commerce there and gamification. Who's your target audience or demographic?
So we are a business to consumer type of platform. So it's not just the Gen Zs and it's not the Gen X. It's traditionally anybody that uses consumer goods, right? So as well as when we look at real world utilities and real world assets, we're redefining what real world asset really stands for. So going further down from commodities to seeing from purses, fractionalized investments on watches, and how you actually build traditional value to products. I think we see that a lot with like time passing, whether it's trading cards and limited edition products. And I really do think that especially when you have like the influencer creating value to new brands ecosystem that's already currently happening in social media, you can actually take that and implement it more into a digital form, especially with the form of digital twins or phigitals and being able to interact with those products. So definitely, the next generation are Gen X's, that's kind of the direction that they're moving towards anyway.
Yeah, I think digital assets are definitely going to have their time. We've heard the narrative a little bit already, but I do think that projects and businesses are really kind of building something out that's quite unique and special there. So what is the biggest alpha you can share with us on MBD Financials at this moment in time?
So we are actually currently working with a few really exclusive brands that we're in talks with to be able to kind of onboard them as we kind of launch our platform. What I would say is it's our platform it's almost like the Amazon of Web3, right? So it may look simple, but it's solving so many problems within this space that currently exist, because I think we overdo a lot of platforms and solutions to where it makes it very complicated and very difficult and overwhelming to adopt. Technology in Web3 is very overwhelming for general traditional users, and even businesses don't quite see the value. So we've simplified it in a form where if you were to go to a Web2 organization or business and propose that idea of transitioning into the space. It's a very easy onboarding process. So we won't only have Web3 solutions, we'll have Web2 within the platform as well. We're currently in beta. We've beta tested with closed group and kind of fixing all of the all of the things that we found. So currently test phase, and we're getting ready to launch our beta as well. So I'm super excited to kind of get it to market and really get the feedback of all of our users.
Fantastic stuff. Sounds like it's going to be quite an exciting Q2 and Q3 this year for you. So
absolutely. Yeah. It's been a long time coming. So we're super excited.
Absolutely. Now we're going to get into the more personal questions. So what is the worst advice you've ever been given, May?
Worst advice would be crypto isn't for girls and you don't quite understand it. Especially if your entire career hasn't been in tech. I transitioned to tech about 10 years ago, and one of the worst advice I've gotten is it's not for you. I wouldn't quite understand it. I take that always as a challenge. So I said, oh yeah, watch me. And, kind of started learning on my own the entire space and how it could evolve, and taking traditional businesses and adding that into business models within this space. So it's the worst advice, but probably the best advice, because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that advice.
Yeah, that's some incredible insight as well. And a quick shout, am I right in saying that you won an award recently as well, May?
I did. I actually won a couple. So I was named one of the top 100 global women in emerging tech and Web3, as well as one of the top 100 women in for 2024.
Stuff. I'd love to know who gave you that advice in the first place, but we'll keep their name out of it for now. I definitely think you've proven them wrong there.
For sure.
And talking about access to information, the next question is, what is your favorite conspiracy theory that you don't actually believe?
I think one recently that I started kind of looking into it is that time travelers. I think I saw one where it said like Elon Musk is a time traveler. And now I'm starting to kind of look into it. I was like, interesting, because technology is moving so fast. There are things that are coming out that, we quite don't even understand how we got there so quickly. I'm a 80s child, so things moved, time was much slower, or things moved a lot slower back then, even with innovation. But I'm excited to see what it is. Time traveling, that, people are from the future and different planets, and they're kind of implementing various technology and seeing where humanity kind of goes. That's one of my most intriguing conspiracy theory.
And I can definitely see the logic with Elon Musk there as well. I do feel that he is ahead of the time by at least a generation.
For sure.
Yeah, makes sense. Excluding me, which crypto influencer's opinion do you value the most?
There's a few that I kind of watch. It's very important to kind of remember that I don't look at it as just the investment part, right? Because I feel like everyone should be able to do their own research. But if you look at like investment perspective, one of the ones that I usually look at is like Hato Hanzo. He's been really involved, kind of took an interest in our project too, but I kind of follow him as far as what he's kind of, the feedback that he gives. And it's a lot of really valuable things. There's another individual that I follow on LinkedIn. His name is Mar. I'll have to give you the last name. He provides so much details regarding the Web3, where it's going, what we're really doing within the space, and just all of the projects that he's kind of involved in. One more, really good friends with them too. I've been to quite a few different conferences and stuff. Toby and Bryant, they are from, they do a lot of, as far as like events now within the Web3 space as well. Tobias, he's part of the Blockchain Founders Fund. He's invested in quite a bit of Web3 projects and through like VC investments and stuff, but they always provide really good network and just being able to kind of connect a lot of Web3 new founders with other individuals in the space too.
Some great picks there, definitely for knowledge and networking. I think there's some really valuable people that you've selected there. What is your go-to takeaway or fast food?
I would say, so I'm based out of Dallas, Texas in the States, and there's a couple. Chipotle, it's the fastest Mexican food, but I feel like you still feel like you're eating a little bit healthy, but it's probably not when you drench it in sour cream. But I would say it's one of my favorite ones.
That's a good balance. Similar to Subway as well. It's a healthier sandwich compared to other fast
There's
foods.
also Chick-fil-A. I have to say there's a whole like turn up between whether it's Chick-fil-A or Chipotle, but either way, they're probably one of my top two.
Solid choices. If you had a clone, what would you have them do for you?
Oof. House chores. I would say, I think one of my laundry and cleaning. I don't like to do it, but you know, it's necessary to have. So if I had a clone, I would have them do my laundry as well as cleaning around the house. Not my favorite. So
That's a good choice. Which non-crypto app do you use the most?
I would say Telegram as like the social app, but other than Telegram, Amazon. Everything. I don't even go to the grocery store anymore. Amazon as well as Instacart. They've been my two favorite apps, and I don't think I could live without them.
Nice. Convenience apps. And that seems to be the way the world is going as well. But nice little market research for you as well, given that you obviously the CEO of MBD Financial. So it's a good balance.
Absolutely.
Are you a coffee drinker, energy drink, or herbal tea?
Coffee and energy. Probably drink C4 is my favorite. Have one energy drink every day, as well as start the morning out with coffee. I joke and I always say, if you're not a coffee drinker, I don't know if I trust you.
I'm not sure how people function without coffee these days. I need 2 or 3 a day, so it's a good balance. What do you do for fun, May?
So I have a 9-year-old little boy, and so I actually am a baseball mom. So I'm very involved with his baseball stuff, and I've coached his team before. So I think it's a lot of fun. So sports stuff. Other than that, he's so into Roblox. So we kind of play games a little bit, but outdoor activities, concerts, big on country music.
Love that. And what is your favourite movie of all time?
Ooh, I would say it would be with Bradley Cooper and with Lady Gaga. It is, I'll have to give, what was the Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga movie?
I'm not sure. I've only got Fame Monster that's come into mind, but I don't think it's
A
that.
Star is Born.
Ah, yeah, that's the one.
That's a really good movie. It's one of my favorite, but I'm a huge Bradley Cooper fan, so anything he usually does. There's another one that was Limitless. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's about, I think that one's so futuristic and kind of has so much to say with where everything's kind of moving to. So I always pick two. So those two are my favorite.
2 great choices. And what is your most unpopular opinion about crypto?
Popular or unpopular?
Unpopular, and maybe not
Unpopular.
necessarily that women shouldn't be in the Web3 space.
Of course. I would say the most unpopular would be crypto's a scam, right? I think with volatility, and I hate to say it, there's some bad actors that kind of ruin it for the rest of us. When you see a lot happening in this space, it's quite disappointing, even for new founders that are trying to make it. So with volatility and the scam and where it's, you know, crypto's dead constantly with the market, I think it not only brings, just kind of hinders adoption, but at the same time, it really adds more barrier to entry and roadblocks for founders and builders in the space.
Yeah, I think that's a great take. And flipping that completely, who would your dream collaboration partner or company be? And it doesn't have to be crypto related, so who would you want to work with the most?
Yeah, I would say probably, that's such a good question. I think it would be Amazon. To be honest, it's like, as far as scaling and where products are, it would be a great collaboration. I don't think we're not trying to compete with Amazon. We see it as a platform where they're not going to be in the Web3 space, maybe in the future, but they're not just going to, you know, implement solutions with crypto. It's publicly traded. The regulations in the US isn't quite there. It's not something that they're looking to do. I think quite collaboration would be the ultimate way to scale for us. So that would be my dream company.
Good stuff. And what talent do you wish you had?
I wish I had talent that I would want is to be able to learn things a lot more faster or freeze time. Sometimes I don't feel like I have enough hours in a day to be able to do and gains as much as possible. As well as being able to learn and connect with people that I think you are able to that's able to kind of help you in the process. I feel like, especially for people that are new in the space or kind of, started working to create a name for themselves, especially with when you launch projects, it's all about who you know and who you can connect with. I do believe that what's meant for you will never pass you by. And I'm big on manifestation. So I look at it as, you know what, I already know our time is coming and it's just a matter of time. And it only takes one person to change everything. So that would probably be it.
Absolutely. Strong believer in utility. And this is where the clone comes in when you don't have enough time to do the things that you want. So
Yeah,
absolutely
for
agree
sure.
with that. Other than your son's baseball team, what sports do you watch, if any? And do you have a favorite team?
Yeah, American football. And I am from Dallas. So Dallas Cowboys are our team. We always say everyone bleeds blue here. So American football would be it.
Great stuff. And in terms of bucket list, what's the number one thing that you want to tick off?
On my bucket list, it would be to be able to go take my kiddo, and we really want to go to Lapland to Santa's village. So that's been on my bucket list, as well as to be able to see the Northern Lights. So definitely on my plan to two of the things to do here in the next couple of years.
Northern Lights look really good. I'm a lot closer to Iceland as well. I definitely need to tick that off in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah, two great choices. Final thoughts or quote for the day, May?
Yeah. Final thoughts again, for all of the non-crypto natives or even people in the Web3 space, it's not easy for us, but keep grinding. I think we have to motivate ourselves to know that you can quit at any time, but if you push through, that there is light at the end of the tunnel. I think it's a bumpy road, but we'll all get there as a whole, and being able to kind of help others on the way there. I think it's really important. And even if you're thinking of something to do in the space or how can I add value, there's always value to be added. Be nice, be humble, and help each other on the way up.
I love the positive energy. It's been great having you on today, May. And for anybody interested in what May's building out at MBD Financials, please do give them a drop on social media channels. And from myself and on behalf of the PowerPod, we will see you in the next episode. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
If you liked today's episode, please do drop a like and subscribe, and make sure that you share it with your wider community. We also have a fantastic range of sign-up offers to centralized exchanges where you can get fantastic offers and bonuses for signing up via the links that we provide in the description below. In addition to this, all of the revenue that we make from our affiliate links will be going directly back to the Decrypting community. So we are redistributing the way that wealth is shared and generated across the Web3 space. You'll be doing some social good, and we'll be adding a lot of value to people that are looking to engage with safe, centralized exchanges that are offering those unique sign-up bonuses. We will see you in the next episode.